don't care what they are. I have no idea what that song is. Just be good to me. I got the 80s fever today, baby. Shout out to the 80s babies. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Nadi, aka Queen Goddess Hope. Happy to bring another mixed read, some flavor, some really good flavor. I'm looking at these spider webs glistening and glowing in my window. The spiders is out, baby. I completely forgot we was in October. Like, genuinely, it was 80 degrees. Yesterday, shout out to the solar flares. Do y'all be paying attention to the solar flares and such? Um, Sometimes they've been telling us that, you know, they block the sun when the energy is coming into the ethers, or they'll make it a cloudy day. And I'm like, damn, I thought they put a ban on chemtrails. And I love how chemtrails was like a known topic, conversation, fact after 4 years of me telling people chemtrails are real. And what's even scarier is that Zaza Ali, if anybody taps into Zaza, she had been talking about them from 2017, 2018, which is when I first originally learned about them. So Zaza had put me on a while ago. I haven't tapped into her magnificent energy in some years, but I know she's still dope. And she's definitely of the chosen. So two cards fell out of the pile: denial and balance. Juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. Denial to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles, or addictions. So I realized, like, um, living in certain states with certain energies really is a telltale sign about where my energy thrives or not. And over the weekend, I had found some more ancestors, which is crazy because the passage card just came out. Your current situation is a means to an end. You are making the uncertain voyage to a new world. Enjoy the discoveries as you go. So, seeing that I am deciding to cut those unhealthy cycles and addictions, is a pure telltale sign that someone is as well. And I think that many people are waking up to the madness of society, and we're realizing that it's time for renewal. You need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and breakthrough. Fast changes. You'll be leaving a job suddenly or getting one very quickly. Or your work may change dramatically in a short time. Go with the flow. So that's from my favorite self-care practical oracle deck. Um, it kind of basically just gives you some insight into some changes that may be happening soon, and realizing that you are on a journey. This life is a journey. It has ebbs and flows, ups and downs. There's always a yin to a yang. I was sharing with a friend the other night that, you know, they had never heard of coven before, and I'm like, oh yes, there's many witches out here in this planet who are, belonging to covens. And covens are a nice way of calling a group of witches. And people don't realize that coven, in my healthy opinion, is the opposite of covenant. And covenant, we know the most greatest covenant that one will ever form with source God energy is one through marriage. When you take vows in front of your loved ones, they are the guest of honor to witness an event such as a covenant before you, God, and your soon to be spouse. And that is the opposite of a coven, a group of witches coming together to stir up deception in most cases, to do some spells. And people are always like, you consider yourself a witch? And I'm like, I consider myself a goddess, but if y'all want to give me a label and call me a witch, then sure. If I have to be a witch because I know how to read cards and I enjoy candle magic, then fine. I don't belong to any of these occult groups. I don't practice voodoo. I don't practice spells. I think I'm actually too cool for spells. I believe in God and I pray diligently, probably more times a day than I can count. One of the things that I love is that I know that I have a direct connection to source because the things that I have gone throughout my life, I I don't know very many people who have come out of one of those things. I bounce back because my prayer life is strong. I bounce back because I choose not to retaliate. I bounce back because I'm an earth angel and I act like it. I do all good things. I don't put out toxic and harmful energy. I have always wanted to help people. And this is exactly why this card, Take a Vacation, comes out. It says, take time to escape all of your life's obligations to recharge yourself. Give your home some attention, redecorate, clean, or sage it. The other card that popped out said your home needs some TLC. Go inward. It's time to connect with your inner child. Let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. You know the way. Trust your intuition on this journey. Practice breathwork today. Go within. You are wanted. There is a home waiting within. It is time to celebrate. Cultivate an air of celebration today. Find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting for you. So all of these inner child healing cards remind me of one thing. A lot of them just said go inward, and a lot of them have far remote places. One is like a cave, and then through the cave is a whole city. So it's like you have to journey through the cosmos, two different planets. There's a butterfly sitting on top of a mushroom on this one card. It's beautiful. It looks like little fairies are around, lots of stardust and pixie dust and shit. And just through the middle, it looks like there's a North Star and it looks like an ancient city. So it's like there is a place of wonder waiting for you. So it's like, where are you afraid to go? Sure, your parents, in fact, will never agree with you tapping into divinity because they were raised in the Piscean age, which is Jesus, the fisher of men. They're never going to understand why you're choosing quote unquote witchcraft for guidance, when in reality, you're going along with the flow as this message told you to. You have to know that where you are wanted is not a place that your ancestors have ever lived. They just put the tools in the DNA, in your DNA strand, in your chromosomes to propel you into that future. Think about, I don't know why I just thought of Katniss training for the Hunger Games and how she had all of these practices and skills that technically were in her DNA. And if you train for them long and hard enough, somehow, some way they'll pop out and show themselves, right? So when I'm thinking about this, Katniss and how we are really living in the fucking Hunger Games, think about all of the people that she technically outbeat, to represent her district. Your ancestors said, we're choosing this representative from our lineage, from our bloodline, to serve on planet Earth during the 2000 millennial reign. And when we are there, when they get there, we all will show up in ways that we cannot fathom. Only they will know when it's time to tap into their DNA roots and strands. So this reminds me of that balance card, juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. But intuitively, it's like you're trying to balance both sides. You're trying to balance the Piscean age and you're trying to balance the Aquarian age when we're almost a year into the Aquarian age. Like, you really need to drop that Piscean age shit down. Like, just drop it. It's this denial card says, denial to accept a situation about these unhealthy cycles or addictions. Be authentic, this card that just popped out said. Anything else is just exhausting. What are you not doing? Why are you keeping yourself away from your God ordained passage, your God ordained renewal? Maybe it's time for you to really take a break. Maybe you really need a break to hear the quiet, hear your own thoughts. People have so much anxiety that they ran and got a jab. People have so much anxiety even after they trusted the government. Now they don't trust the government and they still are going batshit crazy because they have too many distractions. All of their friends are on the internet and not one of them in their homes with them. So when they put the phone down and it's time to go night night, they can't. They sleep for an hour and pick up their phones up again and they're back on the internet scrolling. Has no one ever watched that Netflix special on social media? Bet on yourself, take chances, reach your dreams. You've got this. Say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. That Piscean age. Do your thoughts need a rebuke? A rebuke. Ooh, they trying to tell you to rebuke those negative thoughts, baby. Ooh, I had to fan myself. Focus on the good in your life. Open your heart, not just a little, but all the way. Let love flow in. You could use some self-care time, like now. Schedule it in. Stop giving away your power right now. Ciao. People like, why did you go off the internet? Because I kept giving away my power too much. I had over 10,000 followers on these internet streets on just two platforms. Do you know how much energy that I had to give out on a daily basis? Because now I have to try to do some shucking and jiving, dancing. Like, can you give us more bikini pics? No, SMD. No, no, I can't. Go to a beach. Stop looking outside of yourselves for the answers. You already know them. You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. What has your inner voice being what has your inner voice been asking you? Listen and act. Those were a lot of messages. Clear the mental and physical clutter out of your mind. Stop looking outside of yourself. Again, declutter. Yo, somebody's house is hoarder-ish. Somebody got the horror in them. Let go of the old items. Create a new sacred space for yourself. Past life connection. Someone with heavy influence from a past life is with you. Ashe. Thank you for that, baby. I know exactly who you are, too. Create a routine. Having a routine helps limit procrastinations and give you structure. So for me, I know that I thrive best when the sun is down. And I work better at night. I've always worked better at night. So during the day, it's really, really difficult for me to focus. During the day, I'm like, what are we doing here? You know, during the day, I usually trade. Like I said, I trade gold on the Forex market. So during the day, I'm usually trading, doing some housework, tapping into myself, cooking if that's what I want to do. I do a lot of like just fruit days. Today I had a Wawa sub because I was craving it. You know, when you're on your dot, I feel like it's almost similar to pregnancy cravings. Like you just be wanting whatever you want. And if you don't feed the need, then you're just going to be like really upset and driving yourself crazy until you do. So, one thing that I always have to have is pizza and wings, like the first 2 days, and then something completely opposite. And I started eating Wawa subs again like 2 weeks ago after a drunken night in DC. And it was like 1 a.m. and Wawa's open. I don't even know how I got there, guys. Like, I think I had an Uber. I don't remember, but I drove. No, somebody drove me there. And I remember I was so confused because I ordered a sub and I'm like, the shorties just be too short. Like the way I be devouring them things, I'm like, I'm super hungry right now. I need a lot of bread to soak this up. All right, cool. We're gonna do the classic joint. Then I realized it was $6 and I went back and got more chips. Like, what? this is a discount. This is great. So I got 2 bags of chips, a half and half drink, and the sub. Chow, talk about bodying this sub at 1 o'clock in the morning. I felt like it was the best thing that I had needed in my life. And I had to like challenge myself to get over my super duper uber healthy mindset, because there were times when I would just eat fruit for a week. I'll get pumped up with a whole bunch of herbs, maca powder, this, that, moringa powder, taking my moringa seeds and, you know, soursop bitters, gross. I also take prenatal vitamins, and then I got black seed oil, and just all of these healthy things. And I'm like, man, I've been doing this shit for like 6 years now. Like, are we done yet? No, we still gonna be on it. But I also didn't eat meat for 10 years. And then I started doing meat a little bit more with much judgment. And I'm like, it is my body. Y'all don't even know if y'all coming or going. Y'all don't even like it when I don't even understand how influencers allow their audience to boss them around. Like, this is my body. Y'all gonna love it regardless. And it's so great because a lot of my community knew me when I was meatless. So now they see me voluptuous and thick, and they were like, where did you get this body from? And I'm like, that's right. Nobody knew me, before when I was thickums. So now they got this whole new entity, and they like, who is this? Knowing damn well I've been here whole time, okay? But I'm gonna just take a couple of more cards and close this out. It says, get a reading, use divination to understand your path and desires. You are charming. Your confidence in your, that's a typo. Have confidence in your charm. A lot of people gravitate towards you because they like you for you. I just said this, literally, all of this. Frozen. They may be a hiring freeze or no new work right now. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. A warm follow-up gets you in the door. So that message is basically for somebody who is seeking corporate work, not me, but it says power position. You are being promoted or called to lead. Time to step into your sovereignty and guide others with compassion. So now I'm looking at this card. It has a beautiful royal crown at the top, and it has like the Eye of Horus inside of like a pyramid with the Tree of Life, I want to say it's called. It's like a shield. But understand your power. So that Frozen card, talking about how there may be a hiring freeze. There's a video or audio I had just posted up. It's about 30 minutes long, talking about the yellow sacral chakra that you probably should look into, because it talks about entrepreneurship, and what the world will look like now that we're segueing into a new world war, and how you should probably focus on what you will do for monetary gain in that type of climate. Tap into your darkness. Apophis. Apophis? Apophis. It's one of my Egyptian god cards. I'm going to definitely read the pronunciations of these. But I said this today. Sometimes you have to tap into your darkness in order to thrive. So my message to you is quick about this. Don't be afraid to go into the underworld, because there is always that yin and yang energy. Sometimes you have to tap into the darkness in order to see the light. And the best thing that we can do as godlike beings, and the best thing that we can do with the blood of our ancestors and the DNA of our ancestors, is not let them down as we go into this new journey called 2025. Now, many of us can't even fathom tomorrow, but let alone 2025. But I just want to encourage you that it is your time, it is your year, it is your day. Every day that we're here, you have to make the best of it. So get up off your ass and do what I would call come Ooh, wow, that was so bad, right, guys? I need a nap. Become what I call free as fuck. Peace.